All right, welcome back to the Zyori Podcast. Hello, and thank you for joining us here for podcast number 117. It is December 4th, 2017, and bright and early, 9:30 a.m. here Mountain Time. We're back with another podcast. It has been a while. We are in the wake of a successful Midas mode and also the disaster of me deleting all of the overlays. So I'm Zyori. He's Trent Pax. You can't see it, but welcome back once again. I've got a splitting migraine. I want to start this off with a preface. If you've been following my Twitter, I've had this migraine for a couple of days. It is the root of a sinus infection. A lot of theories that people tweeted back at me. I asked for it, right. But no, this is actually a remnant of the Dota pit sickness. I got sick there, and I thought I could fight it off, and I was doing pretty well. And then we went ham at Midas mode, and now I've got some pretty nasty sinus pressure. So we're going to the doctor today. I finally figured out how to work my American health insurance. I realized I haven't been to a doctor in like 5 years, so I'm overdue. But Trent, how you doing, buddy?
Good. It looks like I'm a little bit louder than you. Maybe turn yourself up a little bit.
Turn myself up. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you'll get there, you know.
I'll figure it out one of these days.
Yeah. Yeah, so what else happened? Yeah, Midas mode. All right, guys, come. Look at them. They're all antsy already. Talk about dreamleague. I know. EU won, guys. It's cool. I know. Congratulations.
We're also broadcasting on the Euro time today, so all the Euros are awake, and they're like,
Respect the Euros.
We've got DreamHack Burnout. We're ready. We're ready to fucking rock and roll. Let's go. Let's talk about Secret. They're the best team in the world. Oh, my God. I know, guys.
That was good.
I came yesterday, too. It was very exciting. It was good stuff.
It was exciting. I've yet to watch Game 2 and Game 3. I had to go do real-world things yesterday. But Game 1 was insane. That was, like, one of the most ridiculous games of Dota 2 I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Just, like, it was insane to watch. Like, how was Liquid staying in that game for so long? It really does show just, like, how sound the actual strategy of their draft was, right? Like, it felt like they were just getting outplayed all the time. Like, all of these smaller skirmishes, every time the two teams would meet, something went Secret's way. But all the time when Liquid's just, like, PvEing, when they're just, like, they're playing as if Secret's not even there. There's just some blob on the other side of the map, and they're not caring about it, and they're just getting a bunch of gold on their heroes. Yeah. It was extremely impressive to watch. Obviously, Secret did take the game in the end, but you have to imagine they were getting a little bit worried, like, all right, guys, we're up, like, 20 kills, like, 12 kills. 15 kills, 25 kills. Why don't we feel stronger than these guys, you know?
Yeah.
And that was when they had Midases too.
I mean, absolutely. That's always been Liquid's style, though. They've been playing this. It really isn't 4 protect 1. It feels like it, but it's that Liquid brand where it's 4 guys basically break even or win the game 4v5, and then Miracle does his own thing and gets stupidly farmed. And then when they have the right items, they come together and they make it work. And they have that foundation that has like driven their success over the last year or so. And I think that is like just a testament that they're able to channel that even when they're further behind in a game. They can still find there's always space for Miracle, right? How is he always so farmed?
I don't know. It was
like
amazing that like
team.
Yeah, it looked like it was Matama Man who was getting all of it, and somehow Miracle was just keeping up on that gyrocopter. They definitely, you can see how like their plans work, where it's like the bear is rotating here, that's going to open up space down here. The less dangerous farm is down here, put the bear in the dangerous zone, and it's just like all this rotating plan. Also, on the note of that Grand Finals / DreamHack in general, I highly recommend you guys to watch the Capitalist and Kyle, Complexity Kyle, aka Swindles, video. They did a little Kyle did an analysis where he basically I think it was Cap approached Kyle, and Kyle was like, yeah, I actually have something I want to talk about that game. It was the upper bracket final between Liquid and Secret, and it was very interesting to watch. So definitely go to Cap's YouTube and check all those out because they were very good. Swindles was very impressive. He imparted quite a bit of wisdom, I felt, especially about the support roles. So if you feel like that's something that's underrepresented in terms of analysis and stuff, which it definitely is, definitely recommend it. I've played a couple more games since I've gotten home. A little bit of Dota. Watched a lot of Dota.
I played one. I played one. We lost, and I said, you know, that really wasn't very much fun. I'm going to play PUBG, and then I shot some people.
Nice. Yeah, that's.
You guys were totally right about PUBG, by the way, in that now that first person is out and all the tryhards are playing first person, third person is even easier than ever before. I mean, I'm killing people with pistols when they have shotguns. I'm not good, and they are terrible. And let me tell you how much fun it is to play in those games. I've really been enjoying just shit.
Dude, it's gonna go away.
I know. Is that what
that
smurfing feels like in Dota? Because
you're
I
smurfing.
love it.
It's gonna start. You're gonna start getting that MMR up because you've been playing a bunch of like.
Well, I haven't played
just
that
like first person, right? So you'll see.
Yeah. Okay.
But one thing I have learned, personally, I'm out of the safe lane, guys. I'm a support player. I'm gone. If you guys feel like playing carry, you're gonna have to pick something that doesn't need support because it's so pointless. If you guys watch like any high pubs, you watch these professional games. The support player, with few exceptions, like there's certain heroes that obviously, yeah, you're probably gonna want to support there, and maybe you'll have them there at the start of the game. You're just not helping your team. The polling sucks. Polling is awful. It's so bad now. You can't do anything. It's so easy for the other guy to contest. It's so easy to mess it up, and if you mess it up, it's just like, it's over. You know, you give a full wave to the other guy, he's gonna bully you. Just go mid. Fuck it. Just go sit on the enemy mid hero. Stack some ancients. You're going to do way more for your team if you're just stacking ancients the whole game and punching the enemy mid hero. Yeah. That's what you're seeing every position 5 do because it's useless.
Speaking of interesting talent, I really liked that they brought Loda on the panel during the during the finals. Yeah, it was quite good. I really enjoy Loda on the analyst desk. He has a really good way of like expressing knowledge without being combative. He's really good at like building on what other casters say. I think that's something some pro players struggle with, not being just like no dumbass. And sometimes that kind of, they don't do it intentionally, but it's just because they know the game so well. It's so obvious to them when they get asked questions that seem kind of stupid, or when a caster says something obvious, that I think they sometimes forget that when there's 150K viewers, a large portion of those viewers are fairly casual and need that like kind of general repetition to keep up with the flow of conversation. And like that's not a bad thing. And I think Loda does an exceptional job of integrating his knowledge with what other people are talking about in more of a traditional broadcast setting. So it's he had a lot of good insight, I think.
I am noticing our stream is generally just quite quiet. Like,
yeah.
If you just turn up the old MOONDUCK, like the general, or do you like it that low? Are you a low man?
No, it's just the way things are balanced. If I turn the audio board up much more, then you start to hear the background like gaming sounds.
That's cool. Let it go. Just crank up your
I'm not
gonna
lie, dude. The studio is still in shambles. I'm looking around. We cleaned up most of the house, and the studio is just. I plugged in this production computer about 10 minutes before we went live, so like we're really. We're scraping here. I've got a doctor's appointment in 2 hours, buddy. We're on the clock, all right? I didn't have time to plug in more. We've only got 2 lights right now. Normally there's 4 lights, okay? Star Trek fans, how many lights is it? It's 4. You know the answer. Today we're rocking 2. This is a budget production. We don't even have Twitter nameplates, Trent.
Wow. All right. It's cool, guys.
But no, at the end of like the TLDR, I didn't watch the finals like, okay, this is all I'm doing. I'm in the zone. Like I had it on while I was working on other things. So I kind of caught the gist of it. But overall, I don't think I've ever been more excited for a Dota season this far away from TI. You know, it feels like the top 6 contenders are just stupidly even right now. And if we had a minor next weekend or this coming weekend, I'm not sure who would win in the top 4. You know, I feel like VP, EG, Liquid, Secret, Newbie, Vici, right there, that's 6 that all feel like any of those teams could beat each other right now.
You didn't say Na'Vi. Careful, man.
All right. And
Na'Vi is back.
And Na'Vi, I guess, yeah. I would put Na'Vi in my top 8. Top 6,
that's fair.
I feel like is still a little tight. But, you know, power rankings are kind of stupid in general. You know, they're very subjective.
I just want to watch some more Mineski Dota, honestly. That's all I'm kind of waiting for. I'd like to see them again. Big fan.
So, and I guess if I include EG, you know, I guess some of my brain thinks regionally. You know, like I would put Mineski somewhere in that conversation of top 8. I don't know where the fuck you put LGD somewhere in your top 8, top 10.
Or China.
Yeah. But I feel like EG is just a sleeping dragon. You know, they've been a little flat, but they've, you know, they're like Secret. They could just show up at a tournament and turn up one day and make a run through the lower bracket, and all of a sudden you got a major winning team, right? I wouldn't count EG out for a moment.
You see what I think it was Crit who tweeted after DreamHack saying that, like, very glad this wasn't a single elimination tournament. Like, they felt like they were the 3rd best team there, and they came 3rd. You know, they beat VP, which is also pretty hype in the lower bracket. I was very surprised to wake up and see that 2-0 over VP. Not what I expected EG to be able to do, especially again with the way they've been playing lately. So hopefully this will. I'm sure EG were definitely feeling the pressure. They were like the most flame team, I would say, in the past like few months because they keep getting invited to stuff and not performing. So they definitely need to still step up their game. This is a good start, but I'm not fully back on the old EG hype bandwagon quite yet. I've been hurt before.
Yeah,
you know?
I feel you.
I can't bring myself in there.
What's your top 6, Trent?
Secret Liquid. I still think VP for sure. Then it probably. I'd have to watch more China. I wonder if EG's even in my top 6. I mean, that's a tough thing to do. VP, Liquid, Secret, Maneski.
Yeah, and so like I rattled off like 9 teams. I didn't even mention OG.
I know exactly, right?
I don't think they're top 6 right now. Like they're top 8, top 10.
There's a really weird transition right now. I don't think it's very clear cut. I can't even make a top 6. Can't do it.
All right, wow. You'd
Can't
make
do
a
it.
really good pundit on ESPN, bud.
Yeah.
So what are your power rankings right now? Oh, I don't know, guys. It's pretty close out there. It's a little too close to call. So
no, we're not doing them today.
We're calling them a wash until we get more data. Okay. Thanks.
I'm excited for the summit though, right? Because I think that's our next minor. That's in like a week.
Is it? I've
oh
lost
wait,
track.
we have MDL first, right? I forgot about that.
Oh, more teams
MDL
going to
in
China.
Macau.
Who's playing in MDL?
I know one of the hype ones is Mr. OG. See if they can get something done. And VGJ Storm with the stand-in KP for Ritsu.
Okay, so this is the
That's
tournament.
hype.
All right, all you motherfuckers that said Na'Vi, you're talking about top 8 and you're not mentioning Na'Vi. This is their tournament to turn up, right? eHome Infamous, both LGDs. You've got Na'Vi OG, Virtus Pro, VGJ Storm, TNC.
Oh, I totally forgot. This would be so hype if eHome won. Oh my god. I'm literally just going to watch MDL and cheer for eHome the entire time.
It's true. Now, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, there is some backstory here, right? eHome, they were the team that officially banned by Ace, right? And that brings into question, well, how much power does an org like Ace actually have compared to, say, Valve? You know, they're a Chinese org, and can they actually block teams from playing in majors or minors on Valve's circuit?
The whole reason they got banned was because they went after Wings players. They got Wings players on their team, and the Wings players were the ones that got banned because of doing Wings things.
It was breaking contracts, right? That was the whole thing. Supposedly, the players broke the contract and signed a new contract before their other ones had expired. Something like that. There was a lot of hearsay. I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm not sure if that one was ever actually verified. You know, because the team claimed that they did that because it was like of benefit to the team owner because they wanted to sign new players and they couldn't do that until the contracts were done. So they kind of made a handshake agreement to do that, and then afterwards the owner said, "Oh, these guys fucked me. They busted their contracts early, so we had to sign these new guys." And it's like, I don't know which way it went. That might be a shitty TLDR, but that's my recollection of it.
Man, you could legitimately argue there's not a top 6 team here. If you argue that your top 6 was Secret, Liquid, VP, Newbie, EG, and Maneski, which is, I mean, I don't necessarily agree, but I think you could probably make the case for that.
Yeah.
You could argue this whole minor. Look at these teams. Oh, wait, sorry, I added VP in there. So I guess VP is technically here. Yeah. But you could add that VP is the only top 6 team here, right?
Yes.
LGD, eHome, LFY, even TNC still been showing some promise lately. OG,
well,
Na'Vi.
That's what I'm saying. I don't
Ridiculous.
think this is going to be an easy tournament for Na'Vi. And if you think Na'Vi is truly a top 6 or top 8 team, then they better be fucking kicking ass and taking names at MDL this coming week. Like I think a top 3 is warranted if you believe Na'Vi belongs in that status. So let's see it, Na'Vi fans. Huh? Talk the talk.
Yeah.
Let's walk some walk here. But I'm with you, bud. I'd love to see eHome make a run.
As well as people are pointing out, VP does have a stand-in. Art Style's going to be playing for solo because he wants to take the rest of 2017 off.
Now, but how much of a detriment is that really? Art Style
pretty huge.
Huge?
I would say. I mean, Art Style's the coach, but there's a big difference between the coach and the guy.
I know, and that's not a slight at solo. It's more that they know Art Style very well. How long has he been with that team? And that group of players? Fucking forever. You know? I mean, of all the people that can gel with that squad, I feel like that's kind of a lock. His individual performance probably won't be exactly the same as Solo. There is a skill gap there for sure, but I don't think it's going to be a shadow of the former squad or something.
Well, what I would say is I think back to that Kiev Major, right, where the piece by Valve, where you could watch a lot of the drafting and stuff. And do you remember what kept happening in every single draft? I don't care. Solo, just pick my hero. Solo, I don't care. There were like 3 players doing that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. Pick my hero, Solo. So, good luck, and, yeah. Also, how about Mad? Oh, I love this. Thank you, T-Veggers. How about Mad at Midas mode when he stood in for OG?
Yeah.
How about that?
I mean, okay.
I mean, isn't that the
fair.
exact argument, basically?
I don't want to say anything negative about Mad. So
no, it's fine. I mean, he's not going to disagree, dude. He got shit on. Like, I'm sure he would agree. Like,
it's like
the team did not play around him the same way.
I don't know the right way to quantify it. Like, I don't think Art Style is an inherently better player than Mad, but I think
Mad I think would be a better player.
But I think Mad is exceptionally good at analysis, and like he's really good at what he does. There's a reason he's a tier 1 coach and not a tier 1 player, right? And it's not just because he's not practicing as a player. Right, when he was playing full-time, I think him as a coach is still better than him when he was full-time as a player if you kind of compare the two verticals. I think he is not a player that if you were to build an OG squad, you'd be like, you know who's going to mesh well with those guys? It's fucking Mad. His play style is very OG. No, his coaching style is very OG, not his play style. I think with Art Style, that gap, there's too many styles in this sentence, that gap is smaller. You know? Maybe we disagree here, Trent, and we'll see, huh? We'll see if VP bombs out, but I'm confident.
Yeah.
I think Art Style will be able to mesh with what VP wants to do, and it will be no biggie.
Well, I hope so, but
all right, well, good. Let's bet a couple of doubloonies, bud.
Dude, my doubloonies are on eHome. I'm not gonna be able to cheer for anyone else in this tournament. I just want to see all Innocence just destroy. Oh, Faith Beyond's gonna be there. Oh,
Trent, I'm cheering for Infamous. I'm cheering for South America, dude. I'm all in on that region.
Okay.
All right. South America is my Bitcoin. All right, I'm getting ahead of the curve on this one.
Dude, you better buy in now though, because when they win
I don't have any money right now. I need to cash in some. I need to cash in on all my Bitcoin returns now that bitch. I don't want to sell Bitcoin right now. It's hot. It's moving up. It's like a fucking plane, dude. You know, when we were talking about buying Bitcoin when it was at 3,000, and we thought, yeah, but how high is it really going to go? If you had gone all in with your savings account, Trent, you could have gone 4x right now.
Oof.
Think about that. So right now, what happened? You could take a mortgage out on your house, and you could double your money, Trent, if you put
but you also could have just, bought a bunch of tulips and wasted all your money, so I don't know.
True. Anyway,
I can't trust it.
If you do that and we win big, all right, how about this? We go to Vegas, we both put 100 on red, and if we win, we're going in on this South American Dota team, and if we lose, then we're not.
With what, $400?
No, not with the winnings. It's an omen, dude. It's a symbol. If we both win
it's an omen.
On red, on separate tables, dude, we're doing it, you know? But I'm sure we could find an investor, right? Isn't there? I need a partner that's bilingual. That's the problem. I don't speak Spanish or Portuguese. I don't speak any South American languages. I only speak English.
Yeah, I can't help you out there, man. We need a Jack.
We need a Jack for South America. I will handle the business side. I'm very good with the numbers.
Yeah, you're the numbers man.
I'm very good with the books. I have a minor in computer science, so that's basically accounting.
Let's see, what's this format? Oh, geez. Semifinals, finals. So it's a day 1 series, day 2 series. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be simultaneous streams for 2 days. Everyone plays everybody, best of ones. Oh, God. Is this actually the format, or we just not know the format yet?
Wait.
I'm talking about MDL Macau.
Okay, let me look at Wikipedia.
If I'm not here, I'll post it in the chat.
It's a 9-team best of 1 round robin. Dude, this is like a Star Ladder 2013 format. A 9-team best of 1. How many games is that, dude? It's a shitload.
Yeah, no, that's a lot. So what they're playing? Well, it must be 9. Yeah, they play 9 games a day on 2 streams.
What?
What it looks like. Goodness gracious.
And then they play in a single elim.
Best of 3. So please be best of 5 final. No. Okay. It's just not listed. It's probably a best of 5 final. Surely it's a best of 5 final.
Probably. So, but either way, of this so 5 teams, more than half of the teams 5 out of 9 get eliminated based on best of 1 round robin. Cheese and crackers. Guys, Virtus Pro is going to win this tournament, and I think Navi's going to get second. This is a CIS favored format right here. They've been playing in this. Do you know how many fucking star ladders there are? More than half of them were this best of 1 group stage bullshit. Yep. I'm telling you.
At least they had best of 5 finals. I'm starting to look. This looks like it might be a best of 3 final.
Ooh. They might not have time for a best of 5, dude. The event. Yeah. How are they going to play all these games? It's a 3-day event. It's December 8th, 9th, and 10th.
Holy shit.
This is insane. Wow, who's casting this thing?
Yeah, I guess that's the problem, right? They're doing it all on the last day. Oh, that's brutal. Who's casting it? Oh, well. I mean, I guess it's public knowledge. People have been saying that people were invited to come to the event, and then MDL then announced to them, hey, we actually can't pay anyone to come. And so people were like, okay, can you pay like $200 a day? And they were like, no. And so I think it's just going to be all remote, from what I gather.
So
surprise!
So I guess BTS is casting it remotely?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So who's excited to watch Breaky CPK?
I don't think so. I think it'll be like they'll probably do an in-house thing, right? Because then they could just do like good production, do the panel at the studio, and then you just make a shitload in ads.
Well, if there's anything Reddit has told me recently is that if they mail it in on this minor cast, they are going to go fucking bananas. So
yeah, exactly. So they'll do some big full panel production, I'm sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, how is that possible though? That really sucks.
Yeah, that super sucks because some people turned down other events. So they then got completely. This didn't happen to me, by the way. I was not invited.
Yeah, I didn't even know.
You guys know that already.
So my experience with MDL, like we have talked. This tournament has existed since Moonduck has, right? So it's been 2 years of MDLs, and literally every single MDL except for the last maybe 6 months or so, we have talked to them and seriously thought that we were probably going to cast MDL, and then it's like, no, we chose BTS, sorry. It's like, okay, we'll get the next one. And it's always been that, I'm sure there's an analogy here, not the forbidden fruit, it's like the carrot, you know, or it's like, maybe this is the MDL that we'll cast. We didn't even talk to them about Macau. I think we've given up. MDL is not into the hippo, and I don't know what it is. Maybe they don't like Suns fan. Maybe they don't like Canadians. Maybe they just like guys named David. I don't know what it is. Yeah. But I don't think Moonduck and MDL are ever going to be working an event. I've given up hope, so I'm excited to kick back and watch. That's you know, I mean, and it's all good. There's a lot of different tournaments out there. We don't need them all. It's no big deal, but it's just, I don't know. I feel like I would almost go to Macau for free. Probably not, actually, but it's a pretty cool place. I would go for $200 a day just to fucking see a new country. Isn't that supposed to be? Well, is it a territory? Is it an actual country? It's a weird. I know it's like it's in China basically, but it's not China.
Yeah, it's got something. It has a special flag, right? It's its own thing. I've never been to Macau. I didn't know much about it until this. Actually, I'd never heard of it before, other than in like you know, whatchamacallit. It's one of those special regions, special administrative region of the People's Republic of China. I just know from Casino Royale. I think is where that is.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be kind of cool. So I don't know. Yeah. I like adding new places to the passport. Even though Croatia left me with a sinus infection, I'm still glad we did it. It was a cool place to see. I ate a lot of octopus. I've never eaten more octopus in my life.
Really? Well, congratulations.
Dude,
I'm just looking at some of these times here, and if things end up with these delays with the minors and everything, so we have MDL, then we have the summit. Then we have no Pro Dota, no LANs for 2.5 weeks until Captain's Draft, which is kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then once Captain's Draft ends, there's another full week until Galaxy Battles. So rather than it being like 4 LANs in a row and then a month of nothing with qualifiers and stuff, we're going to be doing the whole, I think it's going to be like LAN qualifier.
Oh, back to that cycle. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're going to have quite a few qualifiers in like February.
Okay. Well,
pretty hype.
I'm into it. I'm down. We are very soon. So this is a little teaser, but we are going to. That's me in a nutshell. We're going to be announcing our dates of what we're going to do in 2018 pretty soon. You know how BTS has done, like, at the end of Summit 6, they announced the dates for Summit 7 and Summit 8, and it's, like, somewhat tentative, but this is our plan. We're going to do the same fucking thing. So
we're going to announce it.
We're going to announce it, dude. We're committing. We're putting it out there. So in order, I'm not going to say the actual dates, but up next we will have Elimination 4, the most serious of Moonduck events, and it's actually going to be pretty hopping, I think. We will be most likely doing something for the TI qualifiers. Who knows what the plan is this year or if things will change, but some sort of an event around then. We will be doing a Midas Mode 2 in 2018 with many improvements, probably condensed into a 5-day format or something like that.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, yeah, which should be a lot of fun. And then we are hoping to do another Captain's Draft event. That one's sort of maybe getting ahead of ourselves a little bit, but assuming we nail it on Captain's Draft 4, we've got Captain's Draft 5 coming up in December of 2018, and we're already talking to venues. And, you know, some of the macroscopic kind of stuff with go, well, we learned from this one, like, hey, we got 4 months. Let's plan this bitch out. And everyone's like, y'all are a little crazy, aren't you? You think you're going to plan how much money again? 300? Oh, okay, you got 4 months. You guys are a little crazy, aren't you? Do you know how many people have told us that over the last quarter? It's a little ridiculous.
Probably a lot.
Yeah. It is actually appropriate. If you want to do an event in December of 2018, starting to plan it now in December of 2017 is not that ridiculous. If you're with it and you're ahead of the curve, that's how do you think ESL got Mercedes? You think they did that in the quarter? You fucking kidding me, bruh? You know how long it took EG to break Monster into esports? That was like a year worth of courting and taking them to fucking esports events and being like, you see this Red Bull here? This is garbage. This is garbage. We could have Monster here. I don't know why EG
why is
got
he Australian?
I don't know. It just seemed
it's their sales guy. He's, you know, really
they
knows how
had
to
a
work
really
people.
good Australian sales guy.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, but it's pretty exciting. So we're trying to narrow down like kind of that specific date range, and then we're going to put that out there to give you guys just a better picture of what Moonduck's working on, and what the game plan is. So, very exciting. I love working on that stuff, Trent. That's the best way to spend a Sunday.
All right, I'm in. That's pretty good. Speaking of spending Sundays, wait, I don't know. When did we go skiing? We went skiing on a Tuesday. That was a lot of fun.
We did.
I thoroughly enjoyed that. Usually I ski on the old Sundays, but I had my first ski of the season when I was in Colorado after Midas Mode. It was great. We had a jolly old time, and then I saw PBD was there the next day, or like 2 days after us, or something like that.
Was it the same place?
So.
Was he at A Basin?
Yeah.
Wow,
I think so.
That's funny. It's like the close one. It's the hot spot. No, that was a lot of fun. I've like made this transition from vacation skier that gets to ski pretty intense for a couple of days once every other year to I just bought boots, just bought skis, and now we've got cheap season passes. And it's just a completely different experience being able to go for like a half day. It's like, yeah, fuck it. Who cares? I didn't pay any money except the gas to get here and the lunch that I bought. This rules.
Yeah, it's pretty hype.
It just completely changes the dynamic of skiing. And it is, I know I've said this to you 10 fucking times, but the difference of owning your own gear versus renting with skis is pretty significant. And I'm
it's
just
like night and day.
The comfort level, and then like every run, you know, I just felt more and more comfortable. It's like, dude, this is how it's gonna feel for the next couple of years.
In contrast, I've had my skis for 4 or 5. I've had my skis since I met Sarah, I think. So I think I've had these skis for like 7 years now.
Yeah.
And so of course, didn't take my skis when we went to Colorado. Very first corner, I wiped so hard. And I'm a pretty experienced skier. It was hilarious. I tried to cut much harder than the rental skis would allow. And I just completely snowplowed down. It was hilarious. I was laughing the whole time, just sliding down this hill.
I
was
totally
like,
missed it.
These are a bit too fat for old Trent to make a hard cut.
Yeah.
So it was
Carlo
great.
saw it though.
Oh, yeah. Kylo got a good look.
That was the first thing. He was like, dude, I think he biffed it. I was like, what? Really?
It was like, although the big difference was they're much fatter than my skis. My skis are very thin. And so I can cut a lot better. But I noticed when I was hitting air and stuff and landing, it felt great. But yeah, it was a good time. Very glad we went. Just wait till you get more snow. You can have an even better time there.
Yeah, that's true. It was still pretty early in the season. But I'm glad we got to do that. I honestly think one of these... We need to, I think after Captain's Draft, we need to do like a Moonduck weekend away, I think is totally worth it. Do a little road trip, fly a few people in, drive down to Phoenix, Go see the Grand Canyon or some shit. Sleep in a tent.
Dude, I would go to the Grand Canyon.
Dude, there you go.
Good. How far is it from Phoenix?
3 hours?
I'm Googling this shit.
2 hours? 4 hours? Something in that range. Not super far, but it's not that close either. It's out of the way.
230 miles north of Phoenix. Ooh. All right, that's pretty far. What's the speed limit in America? 70?
No, 75 miles an hour in that area.
75 miles an hour? Okay.
70.
Well, that's no fun. That's a long journey. That's like almost 3. Yeah, it's like just under 3 hours then.
Yeah.
I'll actually be just over 3 hours.
Yeah, 3 to 4 hours, depending. You know, that's like direct, so it's
Yeah.
Anyway.
So you've been to the Grand Canyon?
No,
is it worth it?
I haven't.
Oh.
I've driven pretty close to it a couple of times, but both times I've been super burned out from driving and been like, I just want to fucking get there. I don't want to take any detours. I don't give a shit. I'm not even going to appreciate it. You know, it's leaving from the East Coast. You're 80% of the way done your journey, so you just want to get to California. And then going the other way, I was so fucking pissed off and just angry. I just wanted to be home. So, yeah, I have not seen the Grand Canyon. It's on my bucket list, baby.
You know, I don't think I've seen any of the American national because I'm going to DC, so that's one off the list.
Right.
You know? In terms of like things to see in the States, very excited about DC. It's one of the things that most people in Canada would know. Like we know about Lincoln, we know about the Jefferson Memorial, we know about the Mall, Capitol Building, White House. We know all that shit. What else do we know about in Canada? We know about Mount Rushmore, Yosemite. I'd like to go to Yosemite. I think that would be very cool.
I have not seen Mount Rushmore, and I would very much like to.
Mount Rushmore. Oh, wait, okay, let me see if I can name them. Hold on, I got to close chat before they tell me.
How many are there? I don't even know.
I think there's 4. Wow, you are a terrible American. There must be 4.
Oh, I know one
sure
that you haven't listed.
Okay, well, I haven't said any of them. So there's Lincoln, right, for sure. Roosevelt, I think, because he did all the national parks.
Oh, that. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to name the people who are on Rushmore.
I thought you were trying to name all the wonders or whatever.
Washington must be on there. So, is Jefferson on Mount Rushmore? I mean, he's pretty big deal, right?
I don't fucking know. Probably. Everybody like...
You're a terrible American.
Maybe Hamilton. I don't give a fuck. It's in North Dakota. Who gives a shit? I'm not... Nothing happens in North... Everyone I've ever met that has lived in
I got him right!
You got it. You sniped it, dude.
Oh.
You're a historian. So how about the 4 corners? Huh? Do you know those 4 states?
4. Oh, yeah, they like... Wait, is there only 4? I thought there was a place like 5 states interconnected.
Well, maybe, but it's like the 4 corners is the thing where you can lay down and be in 4 states at once. It's like a little monument thing.
Right.
It's Nevada, Arizona, Utah, and New Mexico, I think.
It's in Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Skylar goes there and she flips the coin.
Yeah. Hey, there you go. That's a good reference. That's good. Folks, if you
saw the Space Needle. Is that cool? Is that considered a pretty big deal?
I mean, it's like a bucket list thing, but it's not it's not like the 4 corners cool. It's just they built it for the World Fair like 30 years ago, and Seattle.
I mean, that's how most of those things get made. That's how the Eiffel Tower was made, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Well, the Eiffel Tower is an overrated piece of shit. I'm not afraid.
It's kind of cool. Did you go up it?
I did not go up it.
Well, that's your problem right there. You should have went up it.
And pay 30 euros? No, thank you.
It wasn't that much. Oh well, I get a deal.
I don't know how much it was, but it did cost money. And like, why? It was like a long line. How does that change it? Well, it's not.
Oh, see, I had no line. I was part of some group and we just went up.
Oh, great. Yeah, well, you're fucking part French, so you get special French accents.
That's right.
French
bonjour. Est-ce que je peux aller au Tour d'Eiffel? That sounds about right.
Yeah. The Eiffel Tower. I don't know. I was not impressed. But, folks, if you want to see the American sights, you should definitely come to Captain's Draft. I'm linking some tickets here. We're going to take a small sellout segment.
Oh, yeah. Good call.
moonduck.tv/CD4/3-day ticket. You can also just go to moonduck.tv/CD4. But the 3-day ticket, it's lower fees. You know, if
How
you
much
want
is it?
Come to the whole thing. I think it's $20 each for the first 2 days, then $30 for the last day. So it's $70 for the 3-day pass. But it's a pretty cool event. Now it is shaping up to be the only minor or major in North America in 2018. A little technicality there. Outside of the international. So if you want to come see some Dota, it is definitely worth the drive. If you live within the general area, it's a very connected area. There are great trains and public transit in DC because it's overpopulated as shit. The venue is in the general venue park in DC, so it's very accessible, a lot of parking, all that kind of stuff. It's a big deal, and you guys should fucking turn out, help support Moonduck. It's awesome. Literally, ticket sales are one of the biggest ways you can support this event. If you watched Midas Mode and you said to yourself, this is fucking awesome, we love sponsors like Kennedy, we want to see more Moonduck content, there is no better way to support us right now than either buying tickets to Captain's Draft or telling your friends in the area to buy tickets to Captain's Draft.
Please buy tickets.
Giving people tickets for Christmas. They make a great Christmas present. You know, just give them a couple Captain's Draft tickets.
Yeah, just force someone to fly.
So, yeah, there you go.
DC.
So, well, it is, the great thing is it's like a lot of universities in the D.C. area, right? And it is at a time when people are off. There's no school during New Year's. It's like the week after New Year's. So there's usually not much going on. You should turn up if you're in the area. If you're in New Jersey, I lived in New Jersey. It's a quick drive. If you live in Delaware, you live in, I don't know why you would live in Delaware, but if you do, you should drive on down. It'll be awesome. In Virginia, hey, you guys know what's up. You know DC well. Get in there. It's popping. Reddit's going to be there, right? I talked to a couple of the mods, right? You ever wanted to meet a Reddit mod in real life? Holy shit. Have you ever wanted to see Suns fan, see what he actually looks like? You
give him a hug.
That's true. Trent's going to be there.
I'll be there.
You know, Carlo's going to be there selling merch.
Oh, now that's a selling point. We should do a promotional video with Carlo.
That's true.
Do you remember these thighs? Do you remember when Mr. Rube begs for food? Nice. This would be a good idea. Should get some old stock footage of the old Carlo legs. People loved his legs.
We should do that. We should hang a picture in the back, you know. Like we just watched that Office episode when they roast Michael, and there's that picture in the background of him making that face. You know, have that, but with Carlo's legs. That's
easy.
That's what we're in on.
Oh, that's exciting.
Share the word, folks. Honestly, any help in social media or anywhere else, if you're local to the area or you have a relative or a friend that lives in drivable distance to DC, reach out, tell them it's going to be awesome, encourage them to buy a ticket. We fucking need it, boys. I don't grovel like this.
We get all the proceeds from tickets.
But
I mean,
yes,
if that wasn't clear,
the proceeds go directly to Moonduck.
Let me just make it clear.
So yes, there's no. This is one of the ways that we monetize the event. If we don't sell any tickets, we're left holding a big old fat check. And if we sell a lot of tickets, then we'll have enough money to be able to do another one much easier. So for the love of God, please, please. But no, seriously, it's going to be a cool event though. It was great. Like, it was amazing that Midas Mode went well, and like we integrated some awesome tech upgrades. Like we did a true 1080p 60 FPS stream. Like there were a couple production faux pas and a couple of hot mics and stuff.
Couple Reginalds.
But overall, it added a little bit of value to the show, and it gave it some of that Moonduck charm. You know, it made it feel like a community event. And it's just like, it's great that we were able to find cool sponsors, make cool content with the sponsors, and have the audience really enjoy it. You know, seeing like front page posts on Reddit of people wearing Kennedy Space Center shirts, being like, I got my Moonduck shirts. Like, that shit's fucking awesome. That shit right there is how we sell other sponsors. You know, that's the kind of stuff that you can't buy. You know, that's that kind of organic marketing that, that's a sign that we did our job right. And we found somebody that is that our fans respect and are receptive to, that also can get value out of getting more positive attention within our space and the audience that we have. So it was just a great confidence booster overall that we were able to nail those aspects of it. And I think that's good for Captain's Draft, right? It's good that team morale is at all-time highs as we're going into the most complicated event of our lives. And it's honestly coming together. You know, like we are way past the point of no return with Captain's Draft. Flights have been booked, venues have been locked in, checks have been fucking signed. Like, it's happening, you know? And there's still a lot of things that need to be figured out, but Captain's Draft has gone from dream to reality. And it's crazy to think that in like exactly a month from now, we are going to be setting up in a giant ass venue ready to do a show in front of thousands of people, you know?
I wonder if there's any skating near the arena. There probably is. That'd be fun. We should go skating. Yeah. It's going to be festive. It's going to be winter, guys.
Hey!
Bundle up.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Well, we are gonna have. I can guarantee there will be Slacks content, so that's something to look forward to.
Oh, will there ever? Think Kennedy Space Center meets DC, guys. It's gonna be great. They'd be doing the same kind of stuff. I hope. I mean, let's be honest. It'd be beautiful.
So anyway, that is the sales pitch for Captain's Draft. We're going to keep plugging it pretty hard over the next month or so. We still have an entire month to sell tickets, and I definitely know how it goes, right? People need to move their schedules around, and a lot of the time people will commit. You know, you're having a beer with your buddies in New Year's, and you're like, what are you doing next week? I don't fucking know. We're out of school. We're just hanging out. I heard there's some shit going on that's cooler than MagFest. Oh, really? Let's check it out. And, you buy tickets the day before. You just turn up, get them at the box office. If there's no fear of it selling out, then people will wait till the last minute. So
that's the thing, right? Like TI tickets go on sale and we all panic because you know how many people can do it and stuff like that. But
so I get it.
Yeah,
but,
gotta get their shit together.
Yeah. So it'll also be a great opportunity to buy Moonduck merch. I think, I guess I shouldn't promise this, but the plan, there should be some exclusive merch there, Captain's Draft style. Not a huge amount, but we'll satiate your flavors enough that we're flying out a merch guy. So
chances are you'll probably get to see someone walked out of a building on charges of treason. I mean, there's got to be someone. Like, I'm not necessarily the big man himself, but there's enough people in the general atmosphere that are being, pulled into some investigations right now. You'll probably see someone. So, I mean, that's exciting. You can put that in your travel plans.
Yeah.
I think that's a selling point. Can't we go with that?
I think so. That's true. America is in a place where it could erupt at any time. So
tell your kids, be like, oh, yeah, that Rusky fella, I was there.
The more time you spend in D.C., the more likely it is that you'll get to witness something crazy. You never know.
Get a little bit of a red scare or something out there. It'll be great.
Oh, man. I'm looking forward to it, though. And, of course,
me too. Very much so.
It is, again, worth reiterating, the only minor or major on this circuit that is a different game mode. And I think that is pretty darn cool. I hope the games turn out well. Reminder as well, Pangolier and Dark Willow, are they in Captain's Draft? They are.
Well, yeah, someone said this at the start. What if Ice Rock put them in before Captain's Draft? Can you imagine? I'd be so salty.
Maybe.
Not that it really matters, but I would be like, dude.
It's possible, but
come on, dude.
it's cool to think about, though. I mean, it's cool knowing that they're going to be in either way by the time Captain's Draft rolls around. We are going to see some Dark Willow, Pangolier games potentially on LAN. I'm excited for that.
Yep. Very much so. Man, Pangolier is so cool. Huh. That hero. That damn roll. Oh, I never saw this happen at Midas Mode. Maybe I'm wrong, but did we ever have Rubik versus Pangolier? At least personally, I didn't notice it. But
I don't think so.
I was watching some games recently, and I've seen it a couple times now where people are counterpicking Pangolier with Rubik in pubs. You can just steal it, right? It's just like Black Hole. He goes into the ball, you just steal the ball, and you get to be the ball. The ball's so good because then the enemy team's trying to capitalize on the roll, and you could just go in and disrupt their whole team as rolling Rubik. It's awesome.
Wow.
Big fan.
That is that sounds like a hard counter,
Yeah,
that's
pretty good. People are saying it happened at least once, so that's good.
Yeah.
Good old Midas Mode. It probably happened in Captain's Draft too, but we were at Dota Pit for most of it, so I missed a lot of the qualifiers. That's probably where it happened the most, I bet.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Huh. Well, label me excited, Trent. There's so much Dota to look forward to. I don't know. I saw some people bitching in the chat a little bit earlier about Dota being a dead game, and I don't know. I
understand what they're saying.
I do too.
The new player experience, it definitely, it's good that our viewership's going up. That's true. But, why can't viewership and players go up? Why can't we grow this player base some more and hopefully draw more people into watching Dota just through playing? I mean, not just through oh, this thing looks cool on Twitch. I'm going to learn about it.
So I agree, but I think there is a very real wall that you hit with games like this, right? There are only so many people that have access to a normal computer and can play tier 1 video games and stuff in the world, right? And only so many of those people
I'm going to stop you right there. I'm stopping you right there.
Go ahead.
PUBG takes decent specs to run. Yes. Probably twice the power of Dota. Twice the expensiveness of a
that's
computer.
Fine. I'm just saying. You start with it's a funnel, all right? It's a reverse funnel system, all right? You made me lose my train of thought, Trent. God damn it.
Well, I know what you're going to say, because you have to like a MOBA, and that is a big filter.
Yeah, okay,
because
right.
PUBG is much more all-encompassing.
Yes. So
it gets more than the shooters.
Yeah, so next step is MOBA, and then within that MOBA, right, League of Legends has things you have to unlock. So there's a very obvious time, like once you get to level 30, you're probably not just going to stop playing and switch to Dota. You're going to stay committed to that game because you've already unlocked all this bullshit. Dota has that same mechanism, just in a different way. It's because there's so much information. You have access to all the heroes, but once you've put 200 hours in to learn 3 heroes, you're kind of like, well, you know what? I want to see what else this game has entail. Unless you really don't like it, you're probably not going to switch. You hit this point where once you're in the millions, how many millions of people play League, how many millions of people play Dota, how many couple hundred of idiots play Heroes of the Storm still. It's a real wall, and you can't just – people either like those really punishing, competitive, arena-based games, or they don't. And that number will grow over time, and it's like a Coke versus Pepsi thing. Dota and and Riot both have to put marketing dollars in to make sure they maintain that massive marketing share, but it's not the same kind of marketing.
Does Dota put marketing in?
Well, I don't know. Well, the international is marketing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like majors
but what
are
about
marketing.
The rest of the year, maybe.
Well, like Valve paying for majors and minors is a form of marketing, for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
It ensures that there are these massive events that builds hype and people write articles about them. It's part of a press cycle. So you need to stay competitive with that, but you're not going to see exponential growth once you hit that market cap of you are the 2 big MOBA games and you've conquered the genre. The real battle in increasing viewership is getting more of the people that play Dota to be good enough that they can watch a competitive game and understand what the fuck's going on. Because if you think about that bell curve of the 20 million people that play Dota or whatever, there are literally millions that play enough Dota to know what the game is and be like, yeah, Dota's a fun game. I'm a casual gamer. But they cannot watch OD Pixel Cast because they don't understand what the fuck he's saying. They don't have the vocabulary to know what every hero is doing to be able to follow that train of thought quickly enough.
It is weird to think that, but it is true.
Right? So, exactly. So that conversion is really what matters.
Here, let me give you a prime example of how we know this is true here. Hold on. I'm going to get the exact numbers here. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going to Dota Buff, and I'm looking at a hero named Treant Protector. Love this hero. Big fan. Been trying to make the hero work a little bit better. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, what do you think is the percentage choice on one of his talents? What if we went for perhaps the level 15 talent of plus 90 damage, or 3-second tree respawn time? What do you guys think is picked a lot more? Well, of course, plus 90 damage. That 3-second tree respawn's terrible. You're right. It is 90 damage with a 58.6% pick rate. 41.4% of the time, people take the 3-second tree spawn. That's not okay.
Yeah.
That's way too high, guys. If you have any basic concept of Dota, the odds of you taking this tree, like, you would have to have the perfect fucking team to make this thing work. And we all know they don't. Like, that's not a good sign.
No,
and look, even a 10% cooldown reduction is 55.3. It's picked more often than 35% XP gain.
Yeah.
Think about this shit, guys. These are the people who make up the vast majority of our game.
It's absolutely true. Like, you can't underestimate the casual viewer. And sometimes it's not that they don't like esports. It's getting over that steep learning curve of just there's a shitload of lingo. There's a shitload of heroes. And now there's even more items that have weird names and weird combinations. And even the little bit that they did know might have changed in the last patch because things changed so rapidly in Dota. None of these are bad things. It's just more an observation that the real battle is converting those people into Twitch viewers. And I would argue it doesn't, like, in terms of that overall player base, I don't really care if that person doesn't log in and play that much Dota if they become a consumer of watching, on average, 10 hours of Dota per week and tuning into most majors and minors, right? To me, that is much more valuable in terms of you're part of the Dota community. You need to play enough to understand. But think about traditional sports. How many people like football or soccer or hockey but don't actively play it? It is a shitload. It is the majority of, especially football, right? How many obese Americans sit there and pound beers and watch them fucking play football? It's a shitload. Those guys have never played football before. They like arguing about metrics and players and numbers and my team versus your team, and it's like a territorial thing. It taps into that primal competitive. You're living vicariously through these fucking jacked out animals that are killing in the NFL.
Gotta live vicariously through Blake, guys.
Exactly.
That's the play.
And, like, it's an awesome system, but I don't think people being hardcore players is contingent on them being hardcore consumers and enjoyers of the game and the ecosystem. If you watch Dota, if you subscribe to a couple of Twitch channels, if you do an occasional donation to support content creators that you like, and you buy the occasional merch or ticket to go to an event, to me, you contribute way more to the Dota ecosystem than if you were just sitting at home grinding pubs by yourself and not talking to anybody about it. You know, it's like engaging that community social aspect is a big thing, and I don't know that that correlates necessarily with putting 8,000 hours into this fucking game and wanting to kill yourself.
So, in terms of supporting Dota and talking about Captain's Draft, I saw someone mention this in chat, and I had the same thought. Are you aware of the Blizzard virtual ticket that they do? I think we tried.
For BlizzCon?
I think we lightly discussed this. Yeah, for BlizzCon, they have like a virtual ticket, right?
Yeah,
you just pay. I don't even know what it does. Well, I just know a lot of people buy it.
It used to be like at the first few BlizzCons, it was an exclusive partnership with DirecTV because Twitch didn't really exist. So DirecTV would do like a pay-per-view thing where you could watch the panels and like the competitions and that kind of shit. So you could actually watch a stream from home on your TV. So that was the original model, and then once Twitch became more prevalent, they kind of morphed it into that same concept.
You get goodies, right?
But a little more free to consume, yeah, and it's more like you get exclusive pets and couriers and that kind of bullshit, mounts. So yeah, sorry, what was the question?
Well, no, like how do we do that? Maybe not this year necessarily for Captain's Draft, but like why don't we do that? Because virtual tickets in Dota are dead. We need to make an outside the game virtual ticket. You know?
Well, so what would it come with? A couple of Steam gift cards?
I don't know. We gotta do something. Like
some free tokens to the Moonduck ICO.
Oh, you get in a draw for some, signed merch, some swag and stuff. We'd have to have some guaranteed gifts, but it's rough that, like, we can't have. You remember how much? I remember back in my day when I was but a sad stats man. When we did that Dota Pit season, they made so much money off that ugly Pudge set, but everyone loved it. It had like all these syringes and shit in it. Oh, and it did have that fantastic Bat Rider that I still use, the Moth Rider.
Yeah.
They made so much money because you bought all these things and all that money went to the tournament. Like, they're probably still doing Dota pits from that thing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And that's just gone inside the game.
Dude,
and that's why tournament orgs are all folding this whole year, because they have no way to make money.
It's crazy to think about the first couple summits when crowdfunding, even like Captain's Draft 3.
Yeah, the Juggernaut set.
Captain's Draft 2. Like, that era was incredible for, like, maybe too good for tournament organizers, but there should be some sort of a middle ground, because I know for the summits, like, it made a big difference in being able to finance that stuff. And the thing, like, for BTS at that time, there's a huge upfront hurdle at the first summit because you need to buy the lights, the cameras, the video. Like, you have to buy all of that shit to do a Tier 1 tournament first, and then that, like, gets offset over time. And by the time you hit Summit 5, the cost of that has averaged out, it's depreciated, and you're profitable. But you need a lump sum of cash up front to be able to do that first event. And that is by far the biggest barrier to starting an event like that. And having a way for to be able to say that to your fans, and your fans say, hey, I'm contributing money that will go right to the players. Also, a little bit goes to the TO. Some of it goes to Valve. This is pretty cool. I can directly support this event that I think is awesome in concept. That was a big deal. And I think using those numbers helped sell more sponsors, right? Like going to a sponsor like Gigabyte and saying, hey, look, the community gave us $150,000 extra for this tournament.
That's true.
There is some serious hype here. They have money to spend, as we can see.
They're invested.
Maybe they'll spend it on your fucking motherboards. So it gives you that public proof of concept, like, hey, look, Valve is investing in us and gave us this rare platform that not many other tournaments have. Our audience has in turn spoken and said, we want to support this, and then it pushes that next piece of the cycle to get sponsors super fucking pumped up to be a part of it. So it's... Damn, dude. Those were the good old days. My God. That compared to how we did Midas mode. Jesus Christ. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
God. Oh, well. Oh, yeah. But
days.
Something needs to change, right? Like, surely. This is a bad sign. We've now lost 3 minors this year. The BTS minor, and then 2 of GESCs are apparently canceled.
Oh, is that public?
What? Yeah. Someone was tweeting about it.
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh.
It says they've been postponed. It was on Reddit.
Postponed?
It says these 2. Yeah, it says I forgot. I was reading the post earlier this morning.
What is that?
It says, I don't know. They just put 2018. It said, unfortunately, 2 of our events, blah, blah, blah. And they put 2018 dates on the 2 of them. I don't know how far it made it up on the old Reddit.
Yeah, BTS was a major. Yeah, people are right in chat. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Yes, you're right. The BTS major.
Well,
apologies.
Postponed is weird vocabulary for that. I don't really understand how they could be postponed.
I know that's what their little post said.
But
Jesus,
whatever.
On Reddit.
Yeah. Who am I to say? I have no real knowledge here. But this is. I don't know. I have a lot of feelings about this topic, and a lot of them are probably not particularly constructive. But so.
Oh, here it is. 1 hour ago. GES Singapore, Kuala Lumpur Pro Circuit minor events indefinitely postponed. So then they announced that Indonesia will still be 16th to 18th March. Thailand's still going to be 11th to 13th May. And then Singapore and Kuala Lumpur, they listed as coming soon 2018.
Can someone please tell me what the difference between indefinitely postponed and canceled is? Because to me, that is like as splitting hairs as it gets. Indefinitely postponed, that is...
Now, that's the title of the article, but I'm looking, and I don't see any quotes saying that they're indefinitely postponed.
Okay,
so
I see.
That's a bit of a, bit off there, but...
Got it, yeah. So, yeah. I'll keep it metered, but one of the things when we first saw this minor-major schedule from Valve, the first one that came out, I think every TO that was on it or wanted to be on it said, who the fuck is GESC? And why do they have 4 events? And nobody had a good answer. And then a couple of people were like, no, it's this guy. Oh, I've talked to him before. Oh, okay. And a few people sort of knew him. It was someone who had talked about doing a lot of events but hadn't done any in Dota yet. So it's not a bad thing, but it just seemed very weird that someone who's not a player in the space gets 4. And at most, it's like Perfect World, who is the publisher of the game in a region, gets 3. Okay, one of them is a major. That's fair. So it kind of, but still, it seemed crazy lopsided. And a lot of us went, how is this even possible? We're all like scraping the bottom of the barrel of our budgets to do like 1 or 2 events, and they're doing 4.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, though, who else is doing events in SEA? Just ESL Genting, right?
Yeah. I don't know off the top of my head. Not many.
There's maybe, so I think that's probably why they got a big chunk, I would guess.
That's probably fair. And we have no idea if any other Southeast Asian events apply.
Oh, Galaxy Battles.
Oh yeah.
Sorry. I mean events that'll actually happen. Sorry, let me just so maybe no one's doing events that'll actually happen apparently in just ESL.
Just ESL.
Oh god, I'm so excited for Galaxy Battles.
Yeah.
I can't wait, dude.
That is gonna. Isn't that coming up? What are the dates on that event?
February? No, January. January 15th. Starts on my birthday. Man, I better
call right
him
after
up.
Captain's Draft. Good. Okay. Yeah. I don't even know. That Fallout event is gonna be very interesting to watch from home. I still want to know who's broadcasting it. Well, I know who's broadcasting it.
Yeah,
it's gonna be BTS.
It's not us. So I can tell you. Let me let you in a little secret.
Oh my god, it's funny to think about. But yeah, anyway, it is a shame. Like I really don't want to. It's like I said on the last podcast about Fallout. I don't want to see any events on the Dota Major fail. I don't wish ill on any of them because I think it reflects poorly on the whole ecosystem, and it makes it even harder. Like when we talk to non-endemic sponsors that have heard those big, the people that don't know what's going on, but they just hear, well, weren't there like 3 minors canceled because they couldn't get funding? It's, sponsors always want to mitigate risk, and things like that add to the risk of getting into the space. So it's not good, but I don't know what's the right way to say it. It's not like we called it, but it was just sort of like, pretty much everyone gawked at the idea of being able to afford 4 minors on the very first circuit. It seemed too good to be true, and it was. And that's just one of those classic, like, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is kind of situations. That's the best I can summarize it, I suppose.
Oh, I mean, and again, everyone's just hoping the other 2 go off, and we just keep the minors going, because it really sucks for teams, right? Because I would assume Well, I can remember people kind of mocking teams for doing every single event, and they're like, "Why are they doing every event? You can see all these events. You should be trying to figure out what you're gonna do. You should be aiming for the majors and everything." And then you got like everyone just wants to play every single event, and this is kind of why. Like, you never know when some event's just gonna drop out, and maybe that screws your schedule a little bit, and then all this kind of stuff. So it's just best if we have all these events and they just try and not fold and die.
It's true, and we knew the first season would be bumpy. You know, there's a lot of risk, and it was a weird situation. Everyone knew that the system was going to change after TI. We didn't really know how. Then all of a sudden, word comes down, boom, we're completely changing the game. If you've got the money, you can step up, and all of a sudden the competition kicks in, and every tournament organizer and company that had considered getting into the Dota tournament space is like, this is our opportunity. We have to go now. We have to get the best dates, and we have to shoot for the moon. So all of these, and like you start wondering what it reminded me a little bit of the fiend that happens after TI with players. But it was
I
with
have a
tournament
topic on that
organizers.
too.
Yeah, but it was with tournament organizers. You know, and you start hearing, well, I heard DreamHack submitted for 4. I heard BTS submitted for 3. And it's like, well, we were only going to submit for 1, but now maybe we should submit for 2. Maybe we should submit for 3 and see if we can get all these dates. What if we tell them that our dates are super flexible, but we have an event concept? You know, you start jumping in all these different ways of trying to figure out what everyone else is doing, and you don't want to be the black sheep that's like, well, why would Moonduck only shoot for 1 when everyone else asked us for 4? Are they not confident in their product? You know, you don't want to be the guy that asked for 5 and everybody else only asked for 1. So it was just a very weird time, and understandably there were overpromises of people saying, hey, we're going to shoot for the moon. I applied for 4. Holy shit, I got 4. I can't believe this. I thought they would only give me 1 or 2 at most. It was just a weird situation. It felt like a once-in-a-lifetime and extreme scramble, because the timeline was tight. You know, you knew when you're submitting that to Valve, you're committing a lot of money to these dates in the not-too-distant future. You know, DreamHack maybe being the only ones that had already pre-planned events because of the nature of DreamHack being so recurring. But not many events are like that, right?
Yeah. So in terms of the shuffle, and as you said, like all that unknown is, who's doing what, what's doing what? There's probably gonna be a roster shuffle soon, right? Soon. Like this should be the season. Not only is it because of the whole China thing, because they do their thing around this time, right? They have this big break. Something's not working. It's about that time of the year. I guess we're getting. That's like what, January? When's Chinese New Year? Is it February?
I think it's early February.
I think it's February. I think that's right. So that'll be for them, right? Why does it say? Now I'm confused.
Is it
Chinese New Year is on Friday, the 16th of February.
Oh, okay, so it's mid-February. All right.
Yeah, so fair enough. So that's when they usually do their shuffle, right?
Yeah.
Everyone takes a breather. They shuffle all off of it. Now, this should be like a crazy shuffle. I think for Europe, right? Like, who's out right now? There's a ton of free agents. You got I think Kez's the big one. Obviously, no one's really sure what's happening with Misery, with Weehaw, with Cancel.
So, but right now, is there a lock period right now, or are teams free to shuffle however they want?
No one knows.
So there's no official.
It's like
so you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, there's no big lock, right? It basically is all about just like when you qualify for a tournament. Like who was on your team when you qualified? That's what's going to dictate how many points you get. So in that sense, there's no big lock. As far as I know, maybe there was some lock, but the Tomato, of course, didn't even mention Tomato, as the tomatoes are in the chat. Owie.
Okay.
There's certain teams that are exploding.
So, but that's cool though, right? Like we actually have a period right now where there are no rules in place forcing stability. Yet we have 2 teams that have had the 2 tier 2 teams. We got Mao's and or no, it's just Mao's, right? That Finum guys. They've been together for 2 years, right? So we have some stability. We have some of these tier 1 teams that have what feel like pretty steady rosters at the moment. But you also have this layer of instability. I feel like it's an okay balance. You know, in some ways the roster locks are a little bit fucked with these periods where it's like super stressful up in the time. It feels like right now it's a good level of organic where, okay, some teams didn't work out. We have some free agents. That's great. That's part of the system. But we do still have a lot of stability, and we don't have like NA teams imploding every other week and just reshuffling like we used to. Do you agree, or is that are we falling back on old times?
I think this is better. I like this system.
It's a step up. I mean, we'll
I
see
like
if
the
it
idea
holds.
of rewarding you for staying together, but if you're not going to win with that team, mix it up and just take the point penalties and at least win. That's how I look at it.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. I'm glad you brought that up because that's how it is balanced right now. It's with point penalties, and if you lose players, like it's what is it? Only the top 3 points on your team or what qualifies you for TI. And so there's there are incentives to not shuffle around unless you have to.
I just hope some disaster happens right before TI and there's all these weird ass shuffles just so a team gets into TI.
It could happen. It very well could happen.
It could. Yeah, I mean,
the question though,
right?
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know. I don't really know how it works, to be honest. I tried reading that page like 8 times, but unless I'm mistaken, theoretically, if there was some weird ass situation where you'd shuffled enough times, you could explode 3 teams to make a new team to go to TI, right? Like that actually is a possibility.
I think so. I'm with you. It's
very unlikely to happen.
It's complicated and hard to envision all of the different permutations, but there are some realities where what you just described, it is possible. Yeah,
but it would mean that someone would have had to been on numerous different teams that had won enough qualifying points that somehow they're at a discrepancy compared to the rest of their team, and so it's like it's all weird, right?
It's weird.
So it's unlikely to happen.
And there's a lot of strange fringe cases. But I think as long it's sort of like randoming in Midas mode. A little bit is good. You know, it happens once and you're just like, holy shit, what's going to happen? Is this team actually going to make it at TI even though they weren't really a team and they just qualified through like a points technicality? That's awesome. It happens with a second team. It's like, okay, this is kind of cool. It happens a third time and you're like, all right, what's going on here? There are teams I followed all season, and now they're getting left out. What the fuck are we doing?
Jeez. I have some casual friends. Like they play Dota, and they're pretty good at Dota, but they don't really pay that much attention to the pro scene or anything. But they would be like probably low 4K, maybe like halfway up 3, but they don't pay attention to pro games, so they don't really know much about like the pro meta or anything like that. But they're decent enough at Dota that they ask me questions about the tournament, stuff like that. And it was really funny to explain to them the whole randoming thing, about how all the randoms happen at Midas mode and how it was just like, it was mostly just a response of like when Mitterfeed lost. Was it Mitterfeed that, I think it was Mitterfeed that lost to a full random draft when they picked 5 heroes and they just got shit on by everyone, like by Twitter and everything like that. And then right after that game, it was all randoms. Anytime someone started randoming, the other team randomed. And yeah, a lot of it was economy based, but there was definitely that aspect of just like, dude, we're not going to lose the 5 randoms. Like, fuck that. I think Immortals lost their first game against like 3 randoms or something when Immortals picked 5 as well.
Something like that. That sounds
it was funny to explain that they were like, oh yeah, no, I totally get that. It's like, that's what I do in my games. It's like, yeah, they random, we random, they random. And I've been in games like that. Where the first guy on the enemy team randoms, so your guy randoms, and then the next guy on the enemy team randoms, so your team randoms, and then the third guy randoms. Obviously, that doesn't work anymore with the whole changes to the randoming system, but I can remember that happening in several of my games, and it was hilarious. Because you're just like, all right, well, if they're randoming, we should just random. Yeah,
man. It's definitely a very real, real thing.
Yeah. What have I done since I got home? I also had my board gaming adventures. I have board game recommendations now. Oh. I have a good one that we should play the next time. I don't know if you guys have ever played this game before, but I think it was called Cash and Guns. Let me double check here.
Oh, I've seen it. I've never played it, but I've seen.
It was very fun. I had a very good time playing it, and we only played a very basic version. Basically, the guy just gave us a quick explanation because we had 7 players and we wanted to leave relatively soon, so we played a version without like I guess there's like roles where you can basically be like different characters too.
Okay.
But it gets the Trent thumbs up, guys. If you want to play, big fan.
Yeah, we need to get Suns fan on for a review of the new Pandemic game. He was super excited for what is it? Pandemic Legacy 2? Is that what it's called? Does it have a better name?
I think so.
I can't remember.
Something like that.
He was pumped.
It was an exceptionally fun game. So very much. Basically, it's like there's a little bit of chicken that goes on. It's pretty fun. There's a little bit of bluffing and stuff based off you're actually going to shoot somebody, if you're not going to shoot somebody, and you're all a big mob crew that you're divvying up the rewards from a heist. Also, we had an unspoken rule, which I began by simply I said you had to talk in a mob voice whenever you were the mob boss. That's very important. Yeah, I had to come up with some persona, so that was pretty funny to hear people's secret voice that they never use. I was doing the Highwayman. I was just being slacks basically when he kept saying the Highwayman and cracking me up. So yeah, we had a good time. Fun City and Scotland Yard. I'm the Highwayman. That's how I talk the entire time. It was good. Scotland Yard is a very good game. I do own that game. Big fan. That's another one but I've never heard of Fun City.
Yeah.
Are you into board games?
A little bit.
I mean, you skipped out on One Night Werewolf.
I like
play with
some.
us.
So it's not about games. I get social burnout, man. These long events when we have like 9 days and everyone's living in the house and stuff. And dude, at the end of a 10-hour production day, I kind of just want to die. And listening to Slacks be like, I'm the Highwayman. It's just irritating when I'm tired and burned out. And like those games are more fun when you can actually get into it and like make cool plays and be like, I'm a villager, guys, I swear to God, and like really defend yourself. When you're just tired and just like, yes, I switched the cards. Yes, that was, it's like it's just not fun. It ruins it. It's not fun for anyone. So like I don't know. I would rather eject myself when I know I'm already. I will say I'm glad Midas Mode went well, and I'm proud of the tech side of the production, but Jesus Christ, dude, that shit is I was fried beans at the end of the day.
You actually went to sleep at like 7:30 every day.
I would just go pass out. Well, in retrospect, I think I've had this sinus infection brewing that whole time, so I've been like kind of 30% sick and then also doing these long days, so those two coupled, yeah, man. I was going to bed at like literally 8 p.m. and then sleeping for 10 hours. It was good, though. I mean, you got to wake up early. Buka's European, so it was good to be up early and then be able to get updates from him before the production starts every day. But it was pretty brutal, man. I will not lie. At the end of that event, I was really feeling it.
It was. I thought the front end, back end was the best way to explain that whole event.
Yeah. The front end was quite good. The back end was terrifying. Poor Slacks, man. I've never butt heads with Slacks so much in my entire life. It's really weird how like Slacks and I have a lot of overlap in our personalities, where we both have that when we're talking to each other and we're not on air. It's I don't talk to anyone else that way. I know that I can say literally anything to him and he will respond and talk to me about it, and he'll never actually like be so offended or upset or something. Like he's a brick wall, he's like he's like my reality check, and I know he'll actually tell me like it is. We both have that mutual respect of like, dude, trust me, fuck my feelings, just tell me the truth. And it's cool when you actually have that with somebody, but in other ways, man, we are so opposite. Chaos is his. It's his.
I've never met someone more chaotic than Slacks. I can say that 100%. There's no question.
It's TI1 Na'Vi, dude. He is literally that incarnate. He thrives on the chaos. He comes in with shit, throws it on the counter, leaves trash and wrappers. He always has a Starbucks, and he drinks half of it and leaves it. And it's just, he'll be, all right, see you later. And you look at the kitchen, you're like, what happened? What is all this shit? Why is it here? Why are you leaving? Why aren't you why? What has happened? And it's the same with...
No, it's this one. It's when we're all good, like, the day ends, we have a bunch of fun stuff we do maybe for, like, a little bit. Everyone's kind of relaxing. We're eating stuff. All right, guys, it's time to do the bounties. We sit down for, like, 10 minutes. All right, cheese is here. Slacks was just, like, gone.
Yeah.
No, he worked very hard. But there were a couple times where he just vanished. And you're like, oh. Yeah. Well, there goes Slacks.
It's, and it's, like, workflow-wise, it's part of his genius. He's really good at like knowing, like just keeping tabs on what's happening and saying, okay, we need to post on Reddit about this now. Okay, we need to talk to this person now. We need to do this segment now. Like he has this crazy vision that like part of it you cannot pre-plan. It just happens once he sees the cards, he puts them together in a way that nobody else can see, and it's incredible. It makes for these crazy products. Every Mr. Midas segment and all that shit with the hand, 100% him. The timing is all his call. The content is all his call. The way he does but it all happens spontaneously. There's no like, hey guys, so this is how we're gonna do the trophy. I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna do this joke. I'm gonna make fun of your weight. I'm gonna do this. Is this over the line? Are you okay? It's like, all right, guys, bring in the trophy. It's gotta go right now. And then he just his hand, and you're just like, okay, I guess we're doing this with a puppet, and then that's it, and it's all ad-libbed and off the cuff, and it's fucking incredible, and it's genius. But when you're trying to make a schedule, and it's just the same text document, and it just says version 13 at the top, you're like,
okay, if you guys don't know, this is how we get some up Slacks. Okay,
what?
His schedule for the tournament was on a fucking Word doc. Instead of a spreadsheet. Who the fuck does a schedule in paragraph form? Why wouldn't you use a fucking spreadsheet?
I don't know.
So awful and confusing.
I genuinely don't know. It's simple things like that, and it's just like, dude, what are we doing here? It's just like, oh, sorry, I didn't update that. I was talking to the team.
It was so bad. The teams literally made their own schedule.
Yeah.
They literally made it on a spreadsheet and gave it to everyone. Like, one of the teams that fucking took it and just made it for Slacks, basically his own tournament, and shared it with all the teams, and that's what the tournament was run off of. Because his was so fucking bad.
Yeah. And it was like color-coded at the top. It was like, if EU game, then start at 9 a.m. If NA game, then start at 11 a.m. unless you are Liquid or Optic, in which you would start at 11:30, and you're just like, oh, what?
Oh God!
It's crazy though. It really is. It's an equal but opposite thing, and he has this crazy genius on one side, but when it comes to like project management and like keeping a calendar and being organized and like keeping a flow of information, it's just like, I don't know. It's equal but opposite. There's a deficit. It's just crazy. It was crazy to behold. But in some ways, I think this event really was a great learning experience for the team, because in the past, the way we've handled that, not just with Slacks, but like that general beingness of the company, is one person just steps up and does everything, which it's like a Band-Aid solution because it makes the event happen, but nobody learns from it because that one person just internalizes all of it. And this was the first time it was like, the group collectively identified that certain people are overwhelmed and actually took steps to take stuff off Slacks' plate, and like enough people told him enough times, like, dude, just make the document in the drive so I can fucking see it. I have a feeling for the next event he will actually figure out how to do that.
Yeah, yeah, it'll be a lot better.
He is very much like a tangible learner where he has to experience it, and once he deals with it, he's like, okay, this is fucked. I see why it's fucked. I'm going to change it so it's not fucked in the future. If you tell him it's going to be fucked, he goes, no, don't worry. We'll figure it out. Trust me, I'm really good at figuring things out when I have to. And it's like, okay, I get it now. But he has to go through that experience once to really get it. So I think it was valuable. But
so, as I assume we're winding down here. Jeez, we've been going for a while.
Yeah.
I have sent you the link. I would appreciate if you could show this on stream. I think this is how we should close it out, with a reenactment of our accidental finding of this video.
Okay, let me see here. What is this? Oh my God. Oh Jesus.
This is the perfect thing, I think.
Okay, give me a sec here. I gotta go. You gotta fill while I go studio mode.
Yeah, no problem.